you. Hi, my name's Dave, and I'm an ecologist. So I'm... is that funny? Oh, no, sorry. It was earlier than I thought. Yeah, so I'm an ecologist, so I'm I'm interested in looking after all the amazing plants and animals all around us, Just like Donald Trump is, he's such a greenie, isn't he, Donald? He's so deep green, he wants to end the human species through nuclear war for the good of all the other species. But, and it's just so selfless, isn't it? And do you know who else is selfless, which I didn't realise, is developers, property developers. They've actually, I've heard that they've actually getting principles now. Maybe evolution in progress, but yeah, there's this new development and it's got sustainability principles. Which is encouraging, but I was a bit worried when I heard that because I thought, well, what's next? It's a slippery slope. The next development might have sustainability practices. Where would it end? But sustainability. Sustainability is a bit of an empty word these days, isn't it? It's sort of like strategic. Everything's strategic. There's all these general patterns running around, the commander, general patterns, running around trying to fix problems. Like there's at work you've got the coffee, the kettle's on the fritz, it's German, you need to get a new kettle. So, okay, guys, I think we're going to have a we'll have a pre-meeting before the meeting, and then we'll have to have a meeting to decide on the strategic plan for the procurement of the drink device. And so, Jean, if you could go away and start a working group and a task force, I think both of those are appropriate, just in case. And Beryl, if you could go away and find about the environmental footprint and the life cycle specs of the kettle versus the cappuccino machine versus that that thing with you got to press the button in, you can never turn on the the safety. Anyway, but it's all about balance, isn't it? It's sustainability. It's kind of it's a bit of a dangerous thing, because it's sort of like communism or organised religion. The people who made them up, great idea, but when in practice, it's all about the interpretation. It can turn out not like they sort of wanted it. I've got a friend of a friend of a friend who's a developer. Look, some of my best friends of friends of friends are developers, and he's he says to me, "Oh, look, Dave, my job's hard. It's really hard. I guess that's why he's driving the Porsche Cayenne, because his job's hard. But it's also it's like first I have to drive this car that's named after an exotic sort of pepper variant, and then I've got to balance the economic with the social, the heart, and the environmental, and it's just so hard. It's so hard. But it did solve one mystery for me. Why he's always had this massive one arm. I thought it was because he was just a massive wanker, but no, it's because of the economic. It's so heavy. Got gold bullion in there or something. But yeah, so I was thinking, how do we restore the balance? How do we stick up for the species, you know, in these developments. Often they're the ones that are forgotten. The reserve is sort of shaped like a sort of a Kransky someone's had a few bites out of and just, you know, abandoned in the gutter. But you know, yeah. So how do we look up? How do they get more protection? And I thought, well, you know, in the US construction industry, you've often got the mob, right? So maybe that applies over here too. Maybe you got, you know, Tony from the CFMEU. You know, he's on secondment from NYC, and he talks to Malcolm, the developer, and my mate of a mate, and he says, Malcolm, you know I like nature, right? Yeah, I guess you didn't know that about me, but I like the species, and look, I want you to take care of all the species, okay? Yep, I want you to take care of all the species, not like take care of them, but just take care of them. I want you to nurture the nature, and I want you to make sure that none of them go extinct, okay? You hearing me? You hear me, Malcolm? None of them go extinct, because one of them goes extinct. Any of those goddamn species go extinct, you know, you'll lose a finger, okay? One for each species, and any one go, you know, gets hoit, and he gets just decline a little bit. We'll just you know, introduce you to our little friend, the side cutters, you know, and just cut into one of your fingers a little bit, you know. So yeah, I think, you know, that's you might get some really good outcomes for conservation. Really nicely designed reserves, you know, animals free, go free, use all your roaming range, you know. But it could be, you know, a future model perhaps for sustainable development. Maybe I'm hoping that I'm going to see a government document come out after all the pre-meetings and meetings and all that. For maybe called like Sustainability 2.0, okay? It's going into bat for the species, you know, going to bat for biodiversity. And yeah, I'm Tony. They call me the protector. I'll be here for a while, and you developers, I'm watching you, okay? Okay, so no funny business with the species, okay? Yeah. Okay, thank you and good night.